Just got done watching the first post Royal Rumble Raw show, and 1st of February here, 2021, and these Raws have been pretty bad. It feels like we've been watching it for 2021 years at the moment, but I think only the fifth. That's only the fifth Raw we've reviewed in 2001. That's mental.
2021.
2021. It feels like I've been
Wish it
doing
was
that.
2001.
Yeah. Well, if it was 2001, things would be great. Things would be all sweet at home, but they're not. So anyway, we kick off Raw with the champion Drew McIntyre. Every time I hear this guy's music, bores the tits off me. He talks about Edge, how Edge is such a role model, and Edge is a great guy, and he's so glad Edge won and all this. Edge comes out and kind of feels awkward. He says, "Yeah, I guess I'm a bit of a role model, but I can't believe you're acting like this, Drew. This is not what I'd expect to a champion." And it's true. I mean, Drew McIntyre completely fucking kissing Edge's ass here, worshipping the ground he walks on. Never ever would you have seen a real star like Austin or The Rock or Taker or someone like that bow down to a slightly older member. I mean, see when Hogan came back, was Austin like, "Oh man, Hogan,
Oh,
it's an honour to
fucking
face you."
Rock buried the NWO in about 15
I
seconds.
know. So I mean, Drew McIntyre acting like a big bitch. Edge kind of, I guess he doesn't want to come across the heel, so he didn't say that, but he says you should be more focused on facing me for the championship at Mania because your belt's under threat. Sheamus came out and kind of defended McIntyre here. He says that he basically called Edge a few names. Probably the best member of this. Probably delivered the best of this promo. Like, it was a poor promo though. Jesus Christ, McIntyre almost
See,
greeting.
see with what McIntyre kicked off with, and Edge has to be a face. I don't see what Edge could have done.
Yeah, no way. I mean,
Edge's hands were tied
if
and he
Edge
had
is a
no
heel, he
legs.
probably would have come out and buried him. Like, but I mean, guess Edge had to try and salvage it. Then Sheamus came out and then when Edge is leaving, Sheamus broke kicks Drew McIntyre, and there you go. So it looks like Sheamus wants the WWE Championship. Up next with Bobby Lashley versus Matt Riddle, US Championship match. Doesn't really the match starts, but it
DQ'd.
DQ'd early. Bobby Lashley had
Guillotine, or
Riddle
whatever
in
it's
the
called.
ropes, had him in the hurt lock, wouldn't let go. Referee DQ'd him. Then he battered Matt Riddle after the match, and that was it really. We're getting aggressive Bobby Lashley. Up next, we have the New Day backstage promo outside the Gorilla shit. They come out, they face Mustafa Ali and a bunch of guys in masks that are fucking not relevant.
Next.
It was Woods versus Ali.
Next.
Ali lost to Woods,
Next.
and the New Day are back. So,
Next.
Up next, we had.
Are you ready? We had
No, it wasn't
um
SmackDown yet,
we had
unfortunately.
Randy Orton backstage cutting a promo talking about good. I mean, you never really get. I mean, I used to think Orton was boring, but see, compared to this
Oh,
shit show of
fuck,
it
man. He's
all,
like Austin compared to everyone in this
you
roster.
see him. He's cutting a promo. He's fucking moving left and right. I
He's
mean,
got emotions and shit, man. You're feeling it. It's not like a dead fucking fish at this stage. You know what I mean? It's like,
yep. And then he basically, well, it's basically a promo before tonight's match. It is announced that it will be him against Edge, which, oh yeah, end of an era, kind of what they're going for here.
right, yeah, end of an era. Him versus Edge tonight. Um, then we had a promo from Edge later on, and he's basically says how Orton is jealous of him. It's nothing about caring about his family. Orton's jealous that he could never be the man that Edge is, and that even though Edge went over an hour last night and Orton only went 8 minutes. Orton's not a real man for challenging him tonight. Blah blah blah. I mean, the stuff the Edge and Orton was alright, like, but that's what it is. Most of the rest of the show was shit. Up next, we had the Hurt Business defend the tag team titles against.
Two jobbers.
That's not what I want to call them, but apparently
That's
that's what
what
you
we're
have
gonna
to.
call them.
That's what you have to call them these days. Um,
The only guys who get the travel on free brands, according to Tom
yeah, the
Phillips.
Lucha House Party. I mean, awful, fucking awful.
It's the worst house party in the world.
I would not see if you got and fight it. That you would fucking turn it down quicker than you'd turn off Raw. Put it that way. Yeah. So the Hurt Business win. Whoop de doo. Fake phony looking finish. Lynch
Oh,
Dorado
this was
jumped straight
awful.
into the whatever Shelton Benjamin's moves called his finisher. Jumped straight into it like an absolute fucking turd. Oh, next
Well, we
we
had Drew
had.
McIntyre near greeting about
Yeah,
Sheamus.
McIntyre greeting saying, "Oh, him and Sheamus have been best friends for 20 years." Funny, they've been in the WWE for a shitload of time, and they've never ever until like the last 2 weeks ever been on screen together speaking about this friendship. Not that I can recall, but no, apparently
Like, I know they're in the League of Nations, but it was more those four rather than these two.
they weren't in the League of Nations.
Aye, they were.
That was a fucking game. It was a WWE game. The League of Nations was Rusev, Del Rio.
Well, that just confirms my point.
Sheamus,
Yeah, that's right.
and someone else.
That's
Who was
right.
the other guy in it?
Were they not a tag team in like 2010 called the Celtic Connection?
No, we made that up in the game.
That just shows you how dead this is.
Oh, wait,
Two things I striked
that's
over.
bugging me off. Who is it? Who is in that? Sheamus. It was Sheamus, Del Rio, Rusev,
And
and
Barrett.
Was it Barrett?
Aye.
Aye, well there you go. It wasn't McIntyre and fucking Sheamus, that's for sure. So yeah, Drew McIntyre almost greeting
Awful.
over the fact that Sheamus hit him with a bro kick. I mean,
Awful.
Jesus Christ,
Awful.
we've seen brothers, real family members, turn on people a lot worse than this, and they haven't been fucking greeting. I mean, they want retribution, no pun intended. They want revenge. Not like Drew McIntyre's almost greeting and says, "You want a title shot at the expense
It
of our
was you,
friendship."
Hunter.
I
It
know what I
was
mean.
you, Sheamus. Sheamus.
Could you imagine Hunter smashes Shawn Michaels' head through the car screen, and then the next time you see Shawn Michaels, he's absolutely crying, saying, "I can't believe you did this to us, Hunter. I just want to be friends." You know, I mean, fuck off. It's like
Just
it
fucking
was you,
handed the
Hunter.
title to him
No,
and piss off.
no, I mean, yeah. So pretty much awful.
Triple threat women's tag number one
Speaking of
contender.
awful, I mean, why? I mean, why is Asuka and Charlotte? The best thing about this was the wee promo that Asuka cut back. I mean, I don't care. Having someone speak broken English is kind of funny. It
We
is.
got shafted.
You know what I mean? During the match, so Asuka tells Charlotte to keep her eye on the ball. During the match, Ric Flair comes out with his music with Lacey Evans. Charlotte clocks him, tags in Asuka, goes up the ramp. They head to the back. Charlotte follows them. Naomi beats Asuka. Naomi and Lana, what a fucking horrible tag team. They're the tag team They're the tag team number one contenders, and you have the champs watching backstage. I
This
mean,
is Exhibit A of how the road to WrestleMania is dead. Because this will probably be a tag match at fucking the pay per view in between.
and who really wants to see
No,
this?
no one. No one
And
with
you
a
know what I mean.
fucking.
So I mean, whoever wins that match, we lose. Let's put it that way. Whoever wins that tag team titles match,
Unless all
we
four
lose.
members get injured and then we never see them again.
Up next, we had Carlito and Jeff Hardy teaming up. I mean, two guys that, in my opinion, should be in the main event, but no, they're not. I mean, well, I don't know where Carlito is. He's just been brought back, but Jeff Hardy is definitely not in the main event. He can't even get wins over mid carders. So fuck knows where Jeff Hardy is in this stage of his career. But they end up beating Elias and that other guy that kind of looks a wee bit like Elias, whatever his name is.
Jackson Ryder.
Rat Jacks. I mean, really, is that relevant? Probably not. But they win, and then they celebrate, and then that's it.
Good
Really.
seeing Carlito.
Up next, we had
Bliss, Oscar.
Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross. This match went
Dead.
on way too long. The whole point is they used to be friends, now they're not. I mean, they're trying to make it that this match is all about Nikki Cross and having to put this friendship behind her. I mean, no one's watching this caring about what Nikki Cross feels and
Uh,
her friend. We all want to see the evolution of the storyline between Orton, Bliss, and the Fiend. That's what we want, and we didn't get any of that. We just got a match that dragged on, boring, and in the end, Alexa Bliss wins with
Sister Abigail.
what, but kind of like invert it into DDT, which kind of looked cool. Which made it look like, cause if you're got someone in a DDT position, you're probably going to slam their head onto the mat with more force. But it wasn't necessary. This could have been over in a minute. This could have been a minute squash.
But it's a 3 hour show, guys. And
Yeah,
we've got to
so
drag
we
these
need to drag
matches
it.
out to fuck.
Up next,
Main event time.
yeah. So she walks to the back and crosses past with Randy Orton. Kind of stares at Randy Orton, but Orton's in the zone. Orton's focused. He isn't. Who the fuck's this old bastard that just scored? Anyway, watching some Eurosport highlights in case you're wondering. But anyway, so yeah, she stares at Orton, but Orton's in the zone, doesn't really, you know, care, doesn't really look at her, gets in the ring, has the match with Edge, a decent match to main event, Monday Night Raw. Edge is down, Orton looks like he's about to win, he's slapping the mat, setting him up for the RKO. Lights go out, Alexa Bliss is sitting on the top rope. Next minute, like I'm assuming it was either blood or fucking chocolate, melted chocolate coming out her mouth. One of the two. I'm going to assume blood, but it was kind of it didn't really look.
Chocolate.
It looked more like chocolate due to the lighting and shit. It wasn't. I mean, if it was red, it was kind of hard to see. But we'll go with blood anyway. Um, Orton turns round. Edge hits a spear. Then Alexa Bliss vanishes and Edge gets the win and he celebrates and Raw goes off the air pretty quickly. So yeah, not a good show. Not a
Where's
good.
Sheamus after the opening segment?
Yeah, whereas Sheamus
I know
after
he
the
did
opening
the thing
segment.
backstage where he almost walked into some guy, but
Where is Drew Gulak? He's telling Drew. Since when did Drew Gulak carry Sheamus's bags?
wrong fucking
That's what he
Drew.
says to him.
What?
Give me my legs. And Drew Gulak's supposed to be this major star that Daniel Bryan was taking under his wing. He's backstage,
But he
fucking.
was training Daniel Bryan.
No, Daniel Bryan was training him, was he not?
No, was there with it?
Drew Gulak was training Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my fucking god. So anyway, yeah. Overall, the show started terrible with Drew McIntyre, and let's be real, it didn't really pick up. The best thing of the show, I mean, probably seeing Carlito again. I mean, the Edge stuff and Randy Orton stuff was good. And I mean, the finish was kind of good. I'm all for slow builds, right? But see, when you've only got one good thing on your show, and it's going at this kind of slow pace, it's like, fuck me. You really have to wait a week and watch a 3 hour show to get about 10 minutes of half decent stuff.
I know.
And for that reason, I'll give Raw.
I too.
I'll give it a two. I mean, it could have been if the opening segment was better. I mean, perhaps I could have gave it more.
No, we're saying better. It was fucking awful.
Yeah, if it was even half decent, could have given it more.
McIntyre's fucking getting the belt off him.
Yes, he's pish. Yes, I would take the belt off him as soon as possible, ASAP. I don't know. I don't. To be honest, like you said,
Is he pish or is this what they're fucking giving him?
I don't think he's pish, but this current reign's pish. This persona's pish. He just needs to lose the belt. He's not doing any. It's not doing him any favors. And I kind of hope Edge challenges Roman Reigns for the belt because
He won't though.
I just don't really see. I don't want Edge McIntyre doesn't really do much for me. Anyway, guys,
Two out of
that's it.
10.
The way I see it, I mean, I think at least Edge could have better promo. He's going to have better promos in the lead up to WrestleMania. I mean, I'm not looking forward to Drew McIntyre promos with Edge. Anyway, that's it. Drew McIntyre didn't have to talk about COVID this week, and it looks like he was fucking lost. And he lost me, guys. 2 out of 10. No good.
Peace.
Definitely expect it. First, this is the first. Even McIntyre came out and said to kick off the show, "This is not any normal edition of Monday Night Raw. This is the first step on the road to WrestleMania."
And
So he comes out and says that
we're not even on a road.
nothing happened.
There's a fucking
There's a big fucking flat tire and a roadworks in front of us, and we're not even we're not even out of neutral yet. You know what I mean? Awful. Anyway, guys,
fucking
2 out of
not.
10. Till next time. Peace.